Hello everyone and welcome back to Little Norton. This is episode 4, but as you'll notice, we are still on day 3 mid-spring. And the reason for that is, when I got back after the end of last session, got a phone call from one of the local farmers, and he said, "That grass you cut, you're not leaving that in the field overnight, are you?" And I said, "Yeah, I am." And he said, "That'll rot by the morning." So, as you can tell, I am back down here at the field. I've given the shop a forward call because I'm going to need to go there to get our windrower and our loading wagon so we can get this grass all collected up so it's not sat there overnight to rot away. So that is the first task. I'm going to dash the shop, becoming quite popular over there, and buy our windrower and the loading wagon so we can get that grass into safety. I'm not going to have enough money to be able to buy the chainsaw and the silo pit that we need to place at the farm, so I'm just going to have to dump all of the collected grass into the large shed, and hopefully under cover it then shouldn't rot. So I will see you over at the store to get our windrower and loading wagon. Right, so here we are at the shop. We're going to purchase our windrower. This is a windrower that we used before in Ravenport, the Lizard Rake, 8.5 metres. It is quite expensive, but it is worth it. It has a PTO running down the middle, so it makes for being able to attach a baler or a loading wagon in this case, so you can windrow and collect or bale at the same time. We are going to get it used to save £8,960, and we are able to go for our John Deere colour scheme, although it's not John Deere, but nonetheless we will make it the appropriate colours. So £21,040. There we go. Nice. And then we need to purchase our loading wagon. But as you'll see, we're very low on funds. So I've had to select one that is very cost effective, in my opinion. It is the Pottinger LW15, and it's only £675. So it's a real bargain. We are going to get it unfolded. And yeah, we'll get it used. We need every penny we can save, and we'll keep the wheel set up as standard. So unfortunately not a John Deere, and we can't change the colours, but nonetheless we will be getting this, and hopefully we can upgrade to a larger loading wagon in the future. Cool. So we now have to get this hitched up, get back over to field number 10 so we can rescue the grass before it rots away. I wouldn't want it to rot away. That would be a great shame and a waste. We would have to wait a short while for it to grow again, and by that point we could have lost out on making some good profits at the BGA with the silage we're going to create from the grass. So I better get the beacons on for this one. We've got a bit of a convoy trailer train going back to the field. I've not even got enough time to go back to the farm and get these serviced. I'm just going to have to use them as is and service them later. Right, so we are at field number 10. So let's get started. We cannot waste any time. We'll get the windrower opened out and lowered, and we will get the loading wagon switched on and lowered as well. And then we can start doing some laps to collect grass. So of course last time we weeded the field with canola on the other side of the hedge, and we mowed and tedded this field so we could collect up the grass. We needed to ted it so it wasn't just fresh grass, as we can't put that into the silage pit unfortunately. We need to make sure we have base grass, and that requires a first run of tedding as part of the seasons and Maize Plus. But it looks like we are getting a good yield from the grass. We've not done a headland yet, and the loading wagon is nearly 60% full. It's running a little slow because it's not serviced, but we can probably get it serviced when we take the first load up to the farm. And as I mentioned, I'm going to have to just ditch the grass in the shed, as we don't have enough money to buy the chainsaw and the silo, which we'll both need to get that up and running. So yes, there's going to be lots of ferrying trips back up to the shed at the farm to dump the grass, and then back down to here so we can get all of this collected up. So let's just leave the lizard rake there, and I'm going to get busy taking the loading wagon to the farm, drop the grass in the shed, and I'll be back here straight away. Carry on. I'll see you when we're finished. And there we are. It is the morning. I have collected up all the grass and we have ditched it in our shed here. And it's lucky that we did, because I think we were able to protect all, if not most, of the grass. I couldn't collect everything from the field. That was just not going to be possible. Oh, there is a light in here. That would have been handy last night. But yes, we have collected all that up, and it was a bit of a panic and a slog to get that all collected. But good thing we did, and thanks to the farmer down the road for letting us know. Cool. Now that we have started our new day, the 4th day into mid-spring, we can get on with what is next. And yeah, the first job is probably to service up this loading wagon. It served us very well yesterday. So we can get that parked up somewhere nice. Thinking back here, perhaps. Don't plan to use these silos. The one to the right is for manure, and the one that the loading wagon is in, I'm not quite sure what it's used for, but definitely can't be used for processing silage, unfortunately, or fermenting grass into silage. Next, let's get the windrower serviced. And hopefully next time they will work a lot more efficiently. So there we are, and we've had a nice trickle of money in overnight from our placeables, so that will serve us well. I'm not sure where I can park the windrower, probably next to the loading wagon. This farm is small scale, and when you have sort of medium-sized equipment, it can be a bit difficult to find a parking spot. But we will find a parking spot. And I might have to have a shuffle around of certain bits of equipment. And of course, once we get the grass out of the main shed, we can start to use that for vehicles and equipment. Right, but next we are going to look to our new field, field number 10, which we collected the grass from, and we will see that it needs some attention. So yeah, we've scanned it, we know the soil types, it's looking low for pH, which is what lime is going to do, and then yeah, looking very low for nitrogen. We don't need to worry about that just yet. So in preparation for planting field grass, we need to lime it. So I am going to get our lime spreader, and we can fill it with our big bag of lime. We have got one in the storage shed, and I'm going to probably need a bit more than that, so I will have to go to the shop and buy another big bag of lime. So I'm going to see to that, and then I will see you over at the field once we have got the lime all collected and ready to go. Okay, so we have made it to the shop, and I've filled the spreader up with 86% lime. I'm going to take the big bag that's over there to the field with us. But whilst we're here at the shop, we are going to buy a chainsaw, as we will need it to clear the ground for where the silo is going to go. So not going to be too picky, just going to get the steel one, the first one. So that cost us £1,000. And then let's get the spreader covered up and pick up this bag of lime and head over to field number 10. Right, we are in the field number 10, and as you can see there's no grass left. I did leave a few patches yesterday, but it has rotted away overnight. So yeah, good thing we collected up all the grass, and yeah, we can make sure we get that into the silage pit later once that's all set up. But for now we are going to start liming the field. So just quickly check that we're going to be applying the right pH, and yeah, looks to be working. We can keep the mini map up, and I'm just going to get this field nice and limed, ready for when we put our field grass in. Precision farming once again, controlling the application rate. Saves on lime and also makes our lives a bit easier if we were to go over bits we've already covered. It adjusts it quite nicely. But I'm going to get this job done, and then once I'm finished I'm going to get the spreader and the lime big bag, because we might not use it, back up to the farm. So I will see you in a short while. Back at the farm, just going to park up the spreader, and then we can drop off the one spare big bag of lime. There we go. I'm going to have to buy a bucket to go on the front loader so we can transport the grass that's currently in the shed into the silo. But yep, this area here is where I've selected for the silo to go. I'm going to use the chainsaw to get rid of these pesky trees and branches that are here. Really just dead space that could be better utilised. And yep, I've got to place my own silo because there is no silage silo at this farm, and we don't yet have the funds to be able to buy the BGA area, which has some silos. And there we go. So a nice area. It's not very big, but the silo we're going to buy is not very big either. So let's take a quick look at it. It is here, small silo for silage, £2,500, and as you can see it fits in quite nicely here. I'm going to leave space to the left of it so we can put a trailer in there, and I'm just going to put on the help menu so we can see how level it should be. We're looking for nearest £2,500, so you can see a 2.6 in there. 2.681 looks to probably be the best. Let's go there. Excellent. So that is our new silage pit. Bit of space around it so we can move around, but nice bit of space here for a trailer to go, and some bit of turning space if we need it. But yes, here we go. We have got fill level 0 and compacting 0. But we will need to get this filled up with grass, compacted, and then we can get the grass covered and fermenting. And then once that's fermented, we can go and hopefully have the funds to buy the BGA and get it processed in there. Excellent. Nice to have that in place. So next job is the planting of the field grass. So I'm going to get the seeder out. We'll need to top up the fertilizer. There's definitely enough seed in there. So let's open up the cover. And I think in this shed here, left bag is fertilizer. Let's just wave it over the top and see, but I'm pretty sure it is fertilizer. Whether that is enough, I'm not sure. Let's take a quick look. %. I don't think that's going to be enough. So what I will do is I will take the seeder to the store and we can buy a new bag of fertilizer. However, one thing I am going to do is I'm going to try and plough field number 10 at the same time as seeding. If we have a look on the normal map, we can see that it needs ploughing. So my plan is to try and plough it at the same time. This could get a little bit complicated, but bear with me, and I'm hoping to get this set up as we need it. So leave that with me, and I will see you shortly. There we are. I have bought a big bag of fertilizer, and I've also topped up the seed from the seed bags that we left here from last time. Just had to ask someone at the shop to help fill it, as I don't have the front loader on me at the moment. So let's dash to field number 10 and we can start. Alright, so here we are at field number 10. We can get the subsoiler plough unfolded, and I will just drive into the field to get that lined up and lowered. We can then open up the seeder, unfold that. We've got field grass selected, and I'm going to turn that on and lower it. So the idea is that we are ploughing and seeding as we go. This field needed ploughing, so if we can do 2 jobs in one, to me that's a big win. The only thing I'm going to have to be careful of is making sure I don't plough over areas that I've already seeded. But this is a direct seeder as well, so it does cover the bits I've missed. Yeah, I'm going to get this job done, and then I'll see you in a short while. Okay, so we have planted our field of field grass, and I think it's safe to say that I shall not be using a plough on the front again. It's very difficult, and yeah, I'm learnt my lesson on that one. I think it's better just to plough and then seed separately. Trying to do too many jobs at once and just overcomplicated it. And you can see here, because we've missed certain bits where there was ploughing needed, and I'm not sure if you can tell, but there's a few patches where it doesn't look like it's seeded and there's gaps. However, I've not got the time to keep going over and just fill in the gaps, so yeah, just a lesson for next time to plough first and then seed and fertilise later. Cool. So that is it for today. It feels like it's been a very long day, but of course we had to do a stint in the evening collecting up the grass so it wouldn't rot away. That's now sat in the shed. So next time our first job will be getting a bucket for our front loader on the tractor to be able to do some trips to ferry the grass into the silage pit. And if we've got the oh god, and if we've got sufficient funding, we could perhaps look to buy a trailer to make our life a bit easier. But I'm going to get this equipment back to the farm and tucked away, and then we'll be having an early rest to make up for our evening's activities. So I hope you've enjoyed watching. A big thanks for any views, likes, subscribes, and if you've got any tips, tricks, things you'd like me to do, then feel free to leave a comment. But yep, thanks very much, and I will catch you later. Cheers then. Bye bye.